Right, let's have another go at this then. Because I've done my jobs for the day and I've had a snack. Feeling pretty good. Yeah, saying to the wife the other day, it's a funny thing, but this whole self-isolation nonsense. Well, I say nonsense, I mean it's a perfectly rational response to a very real global problem. Pardon me. It's absolutely sensible, but just the situation itself is just a little, I don't know, it's a little crazy to live in. But yeah, the one thing that I really felt like I wanted as an adult is free time. You know, I'm going full on Shatner here. And now that I've got it, what do? Just play another few rounds of Demoncrawl, apparently. So, trash, and trash. Come on down. Oh, excuse me. I've had a stuffed up nose since, gonna go with about 2010. So, I don't believe I'm ill or anything. I'm just perpetually congested. Which probably isn't doing an awful lot to help dispel any kind of like IT nerd aesthetic that I might be cultivating. Yeah, I don't try to hide that. I mean, there's no point. It's going to come out at some point. Ooh, log. And log again. Okay. What I really want from Beyond, apart from, you know, unlocking divines and, you know, getting pins, all the rest of that, is to, at the very least, get back the artifacts that I spent to play it. Because the token cost is nothing. You don't notice. Unless you're playing Beyond at quite an early sort of point in your profile, in which point, yeah, the tokens are an expense. That's interesting. But yeah, right about now, they're not a big deal, so all I'm really interested in is the artifacts. The game claims to have 1,000 of them now, I think it is. So over 100 at the yeah, over 100 sounds more plausible. But they are apparently not the ones I'm interested in. In fact, I know what most of them are. I went on a particularly amazing set of runs, I think using the Tornado Alley emblem that allowed me to repeatedly play Entropy over and over again, and I have an enormous amount of antimatter now, and it's useless. I may end up having to craft something that uses a lot of it later on, but yeah. I don't know. So I just picked up Magic Spoon, I think it was. Yeah, Magic Spoon. Oh, whenever you consume an item, gain 50 mana. That's actually not so bad. I thought that was the one that whenever you consume an item... Oh, sorry, no, I thought it was the magic item that when you consume an item... excuse me, I'm phrasing this incorrectly. I thought it was the magic item that... if you use it, it will consume an item without using the item. That's the correct one. But no, it isn't. It's the other one. That was redundant, wasn't it? Have you done me dirty? Have you? You saucy little... Okay, so like one of these is? Like one of these is? Not quite enough to be useful though, is it? Okay, one of these is. Yeah. And then... this ain't good at all. I mean, you gotta figure that it's likely that these three are safe. Yeah, okay. Tempting. Unseal all your inventory slots is rubbish though. I like playing a Mystic statue, but I'm trying to train myself not to do it on Beyond. It's just too risky. And as it stands right now, the first couple of levels usually aren't too bad. They can be, but they're usually not. But if I go into that statue and I spawn all of those monsters, the level can get quite bad quite quickly. And I've thrown a few runs because I was just looking for a few more coins, which is frustrating, and I feel like maybe the money isn't the most useful thing I could have right now. Oh, for God's sake, that made me jump. How are we doing on familiars? We have rogered it. Oh, hang on, what does that do again? That would have been useful a while ago. No matter. I'm probably only going to go in with 2 familiars, which isn't the best of situations. But it was because I made a mistake, so I don't have too much of a right to cry about it. What do you want? You're not giving anything good anyway. Right, there is a chance of using that to... that was a guess. A chance of using that statue to... re-roll the level so I don't have to deal with this rubbish. It is a gamble though. One of these is. Gotta be. Good. 2 left. It's not a 50-50 though. Yeah, but these are safe. Now it's a 50-50. What are you feeling, kids? I'm feeling this one. Again, it's a 50-50. So yeah, that's cool because you'd hate to die on 71 coins. Such a waste. Right, spy bug, absolutely do that. Wizard boots, I mean, it's barely even worth it for the armor. And we have trash, and we have. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, right. Got a boss killer. Very good. To the altar, and we have... Interesting. Does nothing bad to me. Does nothing bad to me. That's potentially terrible. But yeah. Melting. Okay. Okay. So we get in here. Cultist. I'll take this. Yeah, interesting, but not great. Then we are just going to bomb you out of the situation entirely. Cool. So we no longer have any need to fear the Dark Arts. And if I can... I was going to say if I could try to solve quickly. When do you use this? When do you use this? I think you use it now. I was going to say if I can use it fairly, if I can solve fairly quickly, then maybe I won't burn my rabbit's foot. But it has just immediately burned my rabbit's foot. Oh well. I feel like that was the right time to use spy bug as opposed to guessing frantically. Because I can't lower the stage power until I get at least 1 familiar. Did you like that? I wrote you a song. It was just for you. Clarity. Probably should have used that actually. It's not good, exactly, but it's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. And to quote a certain NPC in Indiana Jones and the River Atlantis, or whatever River Atlantis, I forget what. Yeah, a few things are worse than a jab in the eye with a sharp stick. Fate of Atlantis, that was it. That was a good game. I always remember that, yes, I've always enjoyed Miss Sophie's, was it Sophie? I forget. Outrageous Orations. Nah, buddy, Miss Sophie don't do nothing like that. It's pretty good. I'm gonna go for that. I mean... this is not what I wanted. Okay, yeah. I'll do something here. Because I can tell that this doesn't have these two. This could have this. That. Yeah. Then one of these two must be. Meaning now that one of these two must be that C. This is what I mean by every third one is basically fine, so long as they're all on a flat. That one can't do anything with it. I mean, it's definitely... there is a chance of there being one there, but... not really sure if that does much for us, does it? Foolish. Very foolish. There it goes. Oh, fickle Tony. What's my damage on here? Well, I can tank one more. And that's even if I don't. That's if I don't heal. Right, one of these got to be. One of these got to be. Those two. Right. Was that the hook? That's what you needed. It's a solid start. It's not everything though. Oh, I'll touch what I want. What I want to. Now for these two, perhaps. Because that'll be overdone. So that's safe. That's... one of these is, so these are all okay. Yeah, alright. Yeah, you know, the music on this level, on the final level of Beyond, reminds me quite a lot of the music that would play during the, I don't remember what the word was from, but the sort of the limit breaks on Bravely Default. Yeah, I liked Bravely Default. Was an interesting game. I didn't much care for the just replay this over and over again mechanic, but it was a fine game. I think I see the way this can be legal. Yeah, it is. Okay. I don't see them when they're revealed monsters. It's a different icon and it confuses my brain. I mean, it can't be these two, can it? Because then the three will be overdone, so that's got to be... yeah, that's fine. I mean, sure. Actually, yeah, that's... oh, come on. You know what? You're using him. You're not having it. Yeah. Melty bastard. Melting is... starting to get on my nerves today. Feeling sassy. Actually, man, I know why I've got more free time today. It's because normally if I can, I pick the wife up from work. But, for goodness sake, spammers. But yeah, since she's on the quarantine... sorry, no, she's at work, I'm on the quarantine. Well, yeah, I ain't going anywhere. I'm starting to notice that every once in a while when I upload, someone with a fairly generic-ass music channel is just commenting on my videos. Now, it's fairly obvious what they're doing. It's also interesting going on their videos to, you know, block their channels. But people genuinely think that they're having their videos commented on and are trying to do, you know, like subscriber exchanges and stuff. But it's interesting that social engineering in this day and age is still so effective. Quite worrying in a way. There's quite often someone with a fairly generic business-like Kickstarter pose as well. It's just someone in a fairly generic t-shirt with their arms folded, looking confident. You block them and you report them for spamming, but it's not going to do much, is it? Unfortunately, people seem to know that. There isn't. Oh, say there's no justice in this world, but it's only YouTube, isn't it? I should probably welcome the attention. You know, I could pop one of my artifacts, but it ain't going to do anything. So, I think we are in 50-50 country. I mean, that's not really the one you want to pop, is it? Yeah. I mean, it gives me information. Gotta be thankful for that. But it's not enough information, is it? Yeah. I don't think we're also a winner here. Yeah, you hit me for the maximum as well, didn't you? Also a winner, and all because I popped my familiars too early. You know, by getting hit. Likely. Let the devils. Forget this.